scary. I was on the floor and I couldn't even get up. The thought of filing disability is just awful.
Plot twist. Welcome to the plot twist. Hey, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nicole Arbour. I've gotten 600 million views on my comedy videos online in the last under 2 years. Thank you, I appreciate it. I received an honorary star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame around this time last year, and most importantly, I have lived most of my adult life as a disabled person in excruciating chronic pain. And people didn't know that. So, what I would like to do today is kind of go through my real life for the first time ever. For those of you who don't know what chronic pain is, it's kind of like that feeling when you stub your toe and you're like, holy f***, that's the most pain I've ever been in ever. Is this ever gonna stop? But then it doesn't.
I know I need a painkiller right now, but it's 2 o'clock. All I think about all day, every day, is my pain.
It was 2008 when I was going to karaoke with some friends of mine, got out of the car. I felt so freaking cool. I was on Much Music. I was doing stand-up tours around the world. I was doing awesome feature films for the first time.
The world's sexiest comedian and her rock star boyfriend took us on a romantic weekend.
Nicole Arbour, actor and comedian. Great to welcome you back to the show.
Nicole Arbour got her start as a professional choreographer and dancer. Her sizzling 2008 calendar, which she shot with David Cronenberg's daughter Caitlin, was a huge hit.
Look at remix.
Her totally hilarious and totally hot comedy calendar has been a groundbreaker.
I could actually get into nightclubs without waiting. Important things in life when you're in the early 20s. And then suddenly I get into this taxi and we were rear-ended. And it was just, my entire life changed. Right then, I hit my head inside the door frame 3 times. My back was twisted because I was getting out of the taxi, so my spine actually hit the nerves in my back. And my entire life changed from then on. I spent the next 8 years trying to pretend that I was okay. I was actually living on the ground of my grandma's house, on the floor, in such chronic pain that I would grit my teeth at night from the nerve damage and crush my own teeth. I woke up with pieces of my teeth in my mouth frequently. This time, about 3 years ago, I sat trying to figure out how to commit suicide in a way that it would least affect my family and friends moving forward. That was my plan. I was done. And anyone who's ever been in chronic pain understands that you get to a point where it's not even you anymore. You just want to make it stop.
I'm just gonna live my life on painkillers and drink so I don't feel it, or that doesn't sound right.
I wasn't me anymore, and I didn't know who the fuck I was. I had grown up as a dancer. I couldn't dance anymore. I'm not a dancer. I'd been a stand-up comedian. I couldn't stand up most days. I couldn't be a stand-up comedian. I had been on television. I couldn't do that anymore. Everything that I had ever known myself to be as a human being, I was none of it. I was nothing. I was useless, and I felt that way every day.
I feel like I'm fighting to be myself again. I still miss my old life so bad.
Insane depression. And then it dawned on me that the one thing that I still am is a fucking cheerleader. You can't take that away from me. And it was when I received a doctor's report from my psychologist that I had to see. It was mandated that I see the psychologist because I was in such a high pain bracket, they assumed I was going to commit suicide any day. And frankly, the insurance company didn't want that on their hands. So they sent me to the psychologist. It's nice, right? Yeah. She gave me this huge report and said, do not read this. This is from all of your doctors. Just give it straight to your lawyer. I don't listen. So I read it. I probably shouldn't have, because it said that I was approved for disability for the rest of my life. It said that all of my conditions were degenerative. I would never get better. I would never return back to work. And now, as a 20-something-year-old girl, I was just like, oh, fuck. What do you do when you get news like that? I had the weirdest thing wash over me, and everyone makes fun of me when I say it, but I swear to God I heard Denzel Washington in my head. Swear to God. It might be because I've watched Remember the Titans too many times, but either way, sitting on the floor, bawling my eyes out on my grandma's floor that smelled a little bit like the cat peed there earlier before, I heard Denzel in my head say, "It's not time to give up, it's time to get up." I swear, I'm not making, this is my real life story. And I was pissed. But then Denzel in my head reminded me who the fuck I am.
I have a feeling that there's gotta be something out there that can help me. There is, I know it. I just don't know what it is yet.
I've been a cheerleader since grade school. I was on the Toronto Raptors dance pack. I choreographed for the Arbour cheerleaders. And a couple years ago when Omi had a smash hit cheerleader, I got the call to choreograph him for the award shows. That's who I am. And that day, I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but something had to change. I took the only money I had. I was broke. I was on disability. Those of you who've never been on disability, good, hope, never wish that for any of you, but you're broke. It doesn't cover anything. I took the little bit of money that I had and I went to Indigo, and I'd never bought any self-help anything ever in my life, but Louise Hay jumped off the shelf at me. R.I.P. Thank you, Louise. I bought a couple Louise Hay books, and I just recorded a video blog. Weird, right? Because I turned that into my job. I recorded a video telling myself, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we got to get better.
I'm doing something very different now. I have a very different approach to all of my injuries and my accidents and my future and everything. And it's, the approach is, I'm not injured. I'm better now. I can't continue to have in my mind at all that I'm injured or that I'm not better or that I won't get better. I appreciate what was seen on the MRIs. I appreciate the treatments and the therapists, but I kind of feel like, no offense, screw you all, it's time for me to move on from all of this.
And the next day, I started cheering for myself again. I put sticky notes all over my house, everywhere I could see, that said, "You are not broken. You are better every day. You are awesome. You look great." It wasn't the truth. It was not the truth. I did not look great. You guys saw that video. But anywhere I could see, I put positivity.
I'm still in treatment for my neck and back injuries and stuff, but I keep on going because go team. That's why.
I cut anything negative out of my life. I stopped watching the news. I wouldn't watch horror movies. Anything that didn't make me feel freaking awesome, I cut it out because I just knew that I had to. And to me, the cheering was remembering that cheerleading taught me everything I need to know about life. And that's what I want to teach you guys really quick. I'm nervous. Thank you for doing this with me. This is crazy. I don't get nervous often, so thank you. Appreciate it. All right, step one of how to be a cheerleader for life, and everybody should be a cheerleader. If you fall on your damn face, you smile and you finish the fucking routine. Yeah! This is what we do. This is what we do. And it happens to all of us in life. You are going to fall. You're going to land on your face. And how my tumbling coach taught me in high school how to tumble, he said, do a back tuck. For the muggles, that's a backflip. He's like, do a back tuck. I'm like, I don't know how to do a back tuck. He's like, do a back tuck or you're off the team. I did a back tuck. I landed on my face. And he said, now you know not to do it that way.
I have to rest today. Whatever. I'll feel better tomorrow.
In cheerleading, we don't get the option of screwing up in our routine and crying and sitting on the floor and saying adulting is hard.
I actually ran up some stairs and I did it more than once.
You smile, you finish the fucking thing, and then you figure it out after. Lesson the second is, this to me is my whole life now. You need to cheer for people the way that you want to be cheered for. Go team. That is everything to me. You have to. So that is my mantra. It's go team. I'm going to cheer for you because I know I'm awesome too. And if we all adopted that, I think the world would be so cool because we are not in competition. We're in co-opetition. You being awesome, even at the same thing that I do, should only push me to be even better at what I do. And the more we cheer for other people, hey, go for it. Hey, thank you. I'll take it. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, thanks. That was nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, I almost went into a routine. But yeah, you have to cheer for other people the way that you want to be cheered for. And that's go team. That's why I always say hashtag go team. Number 3 is everything is better when you work together. It's just a fact. You cannot build a pyramid with one person or it will just look like this. This is awkward for everyone, including me right now. Don't do this. This is not cool. You need people that you can trust. You need people that when you fall, you know they're going to be there to catch you if something goes wrong. And the only way you're ever going to have those people is if you're honest. If you're willing to say, hey, I'm struggling. Hey, I'm fucking falling. Hey, I need some help. And those people, with you being honest, will feel that they can be honest too. And then you're going to find they're going to have some real people around you, which leads me to point number 4. Something that cheerleading really taught me that most people wouldn't think because they just think cheerleaders and pom-poms and fake smiles. No, you are incorrect. Don't touch my palms, though. What I really learned is that cheerleading taught me to keep it fucking real.
Oh.
You have to keep it real. You will not meet a cheerleading coach in the world that will not tell you exactly when you screw up and that your routine looks like shit. They will tell you instantly. If you don't hit it perfectly, they have no problem saying, okay, again from the top, which actually means do it 17 more times. Anyone who's ever been a dancer knows that too. So they taught me to keep it real, which is what I took and put into my videos. So as I started getting more positive, as I started getting better and changing my mindset and using alternative therapies like nerve block injections, medicinal marijuana, shout out to that industry. You are about to take over. You help people every day. I'm so proud to be part of the industry moving forward. As I started getting better, I started keeping it real. And something that happened to me on that darkest night when I was sure that committing suicide was the only way to make the pain stop was that I made a deal with God. And I don't know who believes in God, Buddha, Allah, the spaghetti monster, whatever you believe in. I made a deal with God that said, if you let me come back, I promise that I will bring as many people as I possibly can with me. And I'm standing here because you can make a deal with the devil, but making one, I think this is a lot scarier, to be honest. So now I'm standing here all these years later. I've only been 2 years back to life. Nobody knows that. When I had my first videos going viral, I was still on disability. I could take videos of me sitting in my house. No one knew that I was sitting in my bed making these videos that got 22 million views overnight, 50 million views overnight. Oh shit, 5th video in. I have the most viral video in the world. I guess I better get up. And I just kept cheering for myself until it happened. And what I learned is that I had to keep it real in doing that. So in my videos, I make sure that I come with something real every time. Some of you might have seen a video of mine that went pretty super viral called Dear Fat People. Anybody see that one? Yes? Yeah, mixed reviews. You think I don't know that. I know, it's all good. But part of what I learned about keeping it real with myself is keeping it real isn't just for you gotta be real with other people too. As someone who was disabled at the time that I made that video, it upset me so frickin' much to see people abusing their bodies and taking them for granted. I was a girl that just wanted to get out of bed. And there were people who, through actions of their own, obviously not any health stuff, were abusing their bodies and then not being able to live the life that I just fucking dreamed of. And that's where that video really stemmed from. And there was a part that I cut out of that video at the last second where I said to the camera, as someone who's going through XYZ, and I just knew, nah, leave that part out. It's not gonna go as viral and therefore reach as many people who might need to hear that hard coach message of just, come on, it's not time to give up, it's time to get up, fuck off, let's go, if I made it personal. And I use that lesson of keeping it real in all my videos, and whether people agree with me or disagree with me, I love that it starts a real conversation every time. What I want to leave you guys with is that you have to cheer. Cheerleading literally brought me back to life. And I firmly believe that everyone can cheer themselves to and through anything. If you just cheer for yourself, like the whole world is cheering for you, eventually they will. Go team.